Hi, friends. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm smoking my brand new little Bones pipe that Jim DeShane gave me. First smoke out of it. I've got some Frog Morton Cellar in it. So far, so good. This is going to be a VR to Pipetree. Mr. Tree's doing a giveaway. He's hit, I believe it was 100 subs. He's going to give away some cool stuff, I assume. He said he would, so I have no reason to doubt him. And he wanted us to do a VR. I'm trying to pick something up without dropping it, which may happen anyway. About collections other than pipe related stuff that we might have. I've collected a number of different things over the years. Probably the first thing I ever collected was keychains. My mom used to go on business trips all over the place, and every time she'd go somewhere, she'd buy me a keychain. I probably had 40 or 50 of those. Never could find one with my name on it. I had one of those names. It wasn't until 1982 that I found any kind of item like that you can buy that had my name on it. And that was in Santa Cruz, California. So apparently there were enough of us out here to make it popular enough to need its own little thing. But anyway, keychains. I also started collecting baseball cards when I was about 7 years old. And I've amassed probably about, I think a conservative estimate is probably about 22,000 sports cards. I sold a good chunk of them right before I got married because I needed some money, because I heard marriage was expensive. I wouldn't say I sold a good chunk of them. I sold a lot of the more pricey ones that I had. Then the hobby changed. It became a, I don't know what you would call it, a gourmet collector's hobby. It became too rich for just kids buying baseball cards. Anyway, I did that. I've got some sports memorabilia. I've got quite a few autographs that I've collected over the years. One of the things that I have collected for a long time, I would say amassed more than collected, but whatever, is coins. I like old coins. I like foreign coins. And I worked in retail a good chunk of my life. Every one of these coins that I've got, along with 2 Ziploc bags full of them inside, I just took out of circulation. I've never purchased a coin. Anyway, American coins, I collect anything that's it's earlier than 1960 for sure, and some things earlier than 1964 has a silver content in it. Quarters and dimes. But you don't come across those that often. Matter of fact, this is the only silver content quarter that I have. It was a 1935. I know you probably won't be able to see any of these dates on them, but and it's worn to a frazzle. I mean, it's you can barely see some of the stuff on it. So that's that one. I have a really weird quarter that my son pulled out of one of the salt ponds out here in Alviso, and it is just, the salt just ate it up over the years. It's like sandpaper to feel it. You almost can't recognize it. Pennies, I got a couple of old pennies. They started making Lincoln head pennies in 1909. This one is from 1910, so it was one of the first few that they put out. I know it's not going to focus on any of this stuff, but 1910 wheat penny. This one, somebody paid for a sandwich with, which always blows my mind. You won't be able to tell what it is because it's so used. It's probably been in circulation its entire life. It is a Liberty penny that was minted in 1865. And you can just barely see the Liberty head on it. You probably can't see it, but anyway, trust me. And the back of it, you can just barely make out where it says 1 cent. And the only thing that really hasn't been worn completely away, it's almost smooth to touch it, is the date. So lucky me for that. I was able to tell what year it came from. This is a silver Liberty dime. This is before the Roosevelt dimes. This one's from 1937. The back looks a little bit different than our current dime, which has been around since 1946, I believe. In all my years of coin collecting, I have come across one buffalo nickel or Indian head nickel, and it's this one that's so worn out you can't tell where the date is, can't tell what the date is on it. These are not terribly uncommon. I just never have come across more than that one. This one is probably one of my favorite coins in my whole collection. This is a Liberty nickel, or a V nickel, some people call them. I don't know if you can see the date on that one or not. Probably not. Anyway, it was minted in 1906, the year of the great earthquake in San Francisco. That's why they call it a V nickel. It says V, Roman numeral, instead of 5 cents. It says V cents. I got that, and I got a whole bag, like a freezer bag full of older coins. Most of them are World War II era nickels and pennies. A couple of dimes in there, a couple of quarters, but most of them are nickels and pennies. And most of them are from World War II. A few of them are from the Korean War era. A few of them are prior to World War II, but not very many. But like I said, they're all coins that I've just, found in the cash register at work back when I was working. Pulled them out. And then foreign coins, I don't know how I got so many of these and from so many various places, but I think most of them I pulled out of circulation, people paying with them and stuff like that. Some of these you might not find interesting at all, because a lot of you are from the locations where these coins come from, so they're just like, yeah, penny, cool. To me, they're interesting. I think my coin collection probably started with these two coins right here. I don't remember. I remember my mom gave them to me, but I don't remember where she got them. These are Australian pennies from 1943. King George on one side. kangaroo on the other side. Both of them are from 1943. I know they don't make these anymore. They stopped making them in the 60s. I don't know what the pennies are like now, but our pennies are about a quarter of the size of that at best. So that always cracked me up that their pennies were so big. Then I've got, let's see, where's the other one? Somehow wound up with a bunch of coins from Ireland. I mean a bunch. And it always cracked me up that they put different animals on the back of them. I'm not sure what the significance of them are. This is an 86 20 pence piece from Ireland with a horse on it. This is a 1 pound, or a punt, one punt from 1990. And it has the harp on the one side, and I'm thinking that's either an elk or a reindeer. I'm not sure. I don't know what they have in Ireland. That's all of those. Don't see a date on this one. So I don't know what the year is on this one. This one is, there it is, 1981. This is a 50 pence piece from, I guess, Great Britain. I like the ones that are oddly shaped. This one is 7-sided. This is from Guatemala. It is 10 centavos. I don't see a date on it either. My eyes are terrible. 1980, I believe. But this one is like, this one and this other one that I've got, that's it, or is it, are like paper thin. They almost don't even sound like metal when you touch them. The other one is 5 colones from Costa Rica, and it is just absolutely paper thin. I mean, it feels like it's made out of tin or very lightweight aluminum. I don't know. If any of you are from Costa Rica and can tell me, I'm all ears. Got some a lot of Oriental Asian coins that I can't remember what they are. I've identified most of them, you know, Googling, but I can't remember what they are. This one is, I want to say it's from Hong Kong, but I could be wrong. There's actually an incredible chance that I'm wrong. It's got that guy on one side and some kind of flowers on the other side with the Oriental writing. What else do we have here? I don't have too many more to go. I'm not going to bore you to death. 1970 from Panama. It's a nickel, Panamanian nickel. I want to say this one's from Malaysia, but again, I could be wrong. It's 100 somethings, whatever they have in Malaysia. The reason I say it's from Malaysia is because of the flowers. For some reason, I remember that being from Malaysia. And everything is in the language of the country, except right down at the bottom it says 43 on it. So I don't know if that's from 1943 or what. 25 cents. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is a quarter. Well, I don't know if you call it a quarter. 25 cents from the Republic of Cuba. I can't read the rest of it. And on the other side, it's got Marty, who was a leader And this was made on the year of his 100th anniversary of his birth, I believe. And this is from 1953. This is a pre-revolution coin. It's the only Cuban coin I've got. This one is from Mexico. And you would think, living in California, that we would come across a bunch of Mexican coins, pesos and stuff, but you really don't. These are $5 or 5 pesos, I guess. I don't know. Both of them are $5 coins. One's from 2010, one's from 2002. But I like these because the inset, 2 different metals. I think those are neat. And there goes one of them. Anyway, pretty cool to me. This one, I believe, this is a huge coin. So, for example, the American quarter, or those Australian pennies, the thickness of them are like that. The thickness of this one is at least twice, if not more. Can't get them exactly on edge. But I believe this one is from Wales. I don't know, maybe you guys can tell me. It's got Liz on one side and what looks like a crown with almost like a chaff of wheat or something on that side. But then on the outside of the coin, it's got all this writing which sounds, doesn't sound, it reads like it's maybe Welsh to me. I can't pronounce it, obviously. P-L-E-I-D-I-O-L W-Y-F-I-M-G-W-L-A-D. For some reason that just sounds Welsh to me. What have we got? Netherlands. It's from 71. 25 cents from Belize. I'm telling you, my eyes are horrible. Panama from 1983. Got Balboa on it. A Bahamian penny, which has a starfish on it. And this is unknown. What is that? Colombia. 1,000 pesos from Colombia. It's got the markings on the front are like words, 1,000 pesos, Republic of Colombia, and the date. And the back side is just, I don't know, it looks like some kind of an Aztec something. And it's a pretty thick coin too, and it has writing around the edge. I like the ones like that. This one is from, I don't know, China or Malaysia or somewhere, I don't know. I got a few of those. And probably the most interesting one that I've got out of this whole batch of foreign coins, at least to me, is this one. This is a German coin. It's got, I can't remember what church that is, but it's a significant historical building. I've read about it. I just don't remember what it is. And the other side says Deutschland Reich. Reichsmarks, 5 Reichsmarks, and then it's 1935, and you probably can't see it, but it has 2 little swastikas underneath the date. So this is Nazi money. Anyway, glad I took that out of their economy. So that's that. And then I have a couple of bills in here that are kind of interesting. The thing that interests me most about them is that people actually spent these bills. This just blows my mind. I'm going to sit my pipe down because it went out anyway. In America, we've got $2 bills. Most people don't think they even circulate these or print these anymore. They still do. That just people kind of hoard them because they think they're rare. They're really not at all. But these are from 1976, the year they started reprinting them. So this was our bicentennial year, and I've had those ever since. They were circulated, but they have been sitting in my drawer somewhere ever since I got them. So those are pretty cool to me. And they got the signing of the Declaration of Independence on the back. Then, before those were printed, we had several different kinds of $2 notes. And you see right at the top, anybody that's not from America might not know, but it says Federal Reserve Note. So that's our banking system, theft system. Federal Reserve notes. They take care of all the money, the Federal Reserve. Before that, we had what was called United States notes. These two are red seal $2 bills that were printed in 1953. One's a Series A and one's just a regular 1953. Both of them are star serial numbers. Makes them a little more rare, but not terribly. And the back of them, instead of the Declaration of Independence signing, has Monticello. And like I said, these are from 1953. I got these in about 1993. So they were 40 years old at the time. Some dude bought a pizza with 4 of them. I'm like, wow, thanks, buddy. The delivery driver that came in said, "Hey, do we take these?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take them." And that kind of set off an alarm in his head, and he agreed to let me buy 2 of them from him. And then again, the oddity of what people will pay for stuff with just blows me away. The average lifespan of a $20 bill is about 5 years. After that, they're taken out of circulation typically, shredded, and they print new ones in their place. Somebody paid for these sandwiches with these. This one is 1963. It's in pretty good shape. This was probably 5 years ago. I got this 6 years ago maybe. So that's a pretty old bill. That one's now, what, 54 years old? And then this one, someone also paid with for a sandwich. And you can't see the date on it, I'm sure. It's right down here if you can. That was from 1950. I have never seen a bill this old. I've never seen $1 bills. They last, they're typically out of circulation within a couple of years, but somehow these have survived almost 60 years or so before I got a hold of them and took them out of circulation. If the Federal Reserve had gotten a hold of them, they would be shredded long ago. Anyway, hope I didn't bore you to death. It's just a couple of things that I collect, and way too many examples of them. So pipetree, congrats on the subs. You said you don't know why anybody would sit and watch you babble, but I know I'm not the only one that gets a kick out of it. And I enjoy hearing what you have to say and what you talk about. And so keep on doing it. We're watching. If you guys haven't subbed to Pipetree, give him a sub. I'm going to stop this here before it gets to half an hour. It's already 24 minutes, so sorry about that. If you happen to watch to this point, congratulations. You're a trooper. Anyway, take it easy. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, Pipetree. Take care.